Wasabi gangsters, it's me, Chance Dillon, Chance from Chance Dillon talking books. Here I am, me, being me. We're going to talk reading real quick, and then we're going to get into the writing stuff, and it'll be a good time. I think my mic volume I might have to adjust, and I just dropped my cool coaster, and maybe that's better. Yeah, it looks like we're good here. All right, maybe that's too quiet. You guys let me know. So I did finish Will of the Many, and oh boy, did I enjoy it. Let me tell you. What a ride. And the ending, I mean, it lives up to the hype. That's all I'll say. I'm really excited to see where this series goes. There's a, how do I say this? The scope and the stakes are greatly going to increase, and I cannot wait. And this is very obvious by how the ending was constructed, that is where we're going. I don't know where we're going, but I like where we're going. The character, the arc, the whole story, it was done really, really well in terms of, that Hunger Games-esque style, Red Rising style ish, story. Things didn't happen the way I thought they would, which I think is a good sign. If for some reason you are considering starting this book and you're on the fence, I highly recommend it. It was actually a very smooth and easy read too. I love James Islington's writing, and it was a great book. Enjoyed it thoroughly. All right, moving on. I got a little bit further in Abel Montero's The Crimson Fire. Honestly, this one I haven't dug into too much this past week. Again, it was I probably got maybe a chapter in. We're still getting a little bit more into that murder mystery and seeing the world unfold around the characters, but unfortunately I haven't given too much time to this simply because, honestly, I'll get to that later, talking Reaper's Gale. Once I go back into a Malazan read, it's really hard for me to want to put it down, and I had a very strong urge to pick it back up. So, but yeah, I still intend on keeping this as an active read for me. I'm unfortunately going to be slowly moving through it simply because Reaper's Gale is just going to take up a lot of my reading time now. But yeah, I do want to finish this one in the near future. I'll probably read that closer side by side to J.L. Odom's By Blood, by Salt, which I will be doing in July with Noel D., Jake from Nerd Level Rising, and Tom Orange, also known as Superman. All right, I'm reading Berserk. I have about 2 chapters left in volume 24, and as we are starting to see this party form, I'm going to speak pretty vaguely, so don't worry about spoilers. We're starting to see an evolution of Guts that we haven't quite seen in the story yet, and I'm very excited to see. I'm excited, and I'm enjoying the evolution. I'm enjoying the change in his character's demeanor. I think we're seeing sort of the weight of all of the things that have happened around him. We're seeing his response, and we're seeing how he's sort of withdrawn a little bit, and not in a terrible way, but in a way that he almost doesn't trust himself. And I'm really liking that dynamic that we're seeing between Guts and himself, and Guts and his party. And obviously, the party adds a little comic relief. So in a world that dark, it's fun that happens. And then, guys, I'm up to chapter 4 of Reaper's Gale. Like I said earlier, I'm back in my Malazan read, and let me tell you, holy Hannah, I miss Steven Eriksson's writing so much. It does. The only reason it sucks is because everything else starts to fall to the wayside when I read Malazan. It just happens that way, it's my favorite series right now, and so it makes sense that happens. I do want to read more, like I said, talking about Abel Montero's work. But yeah, I'm reading Reaper's Gale. That's sort of the priority read. If there comes a day where I might try to bang out some more heavy reading on the Crimson Fire, but yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying the Reaper's Gale in a strange way. We're starting to see sort of the ripple effects of things that happened in earlier books. I don't want to say too much, although the cover might give it away if you've read halfway through the series. And yeah, and it's so funny because this cover, I had no idea what it was for the longest time, and then once I figured it out, I was like, oh, okay, that's really creepy. And I kind of like that. I like that I had no idea, and I guess it is book 7. So, without getting into spoilers, I'm enjoying the dynamics, the world sort of unraveling in a way that I wasn't expecting, or maybe I was expecting, and we're finally starting to see some of those things happen. And I'm thoroughly enjoying Reaper's Gale so far. I'm going to leave this one down here actually, and then we have Silverthorn right here. Boom. Check that puppy out. Got that as a for the Broken Binding monthly thingamabobber. Really stoked for it. And I don't know, it's just a beautiful edition. This whole the whole Raymond D. Feist stuff is really, really cool. I'm loving it so far. Okay, yes. that is that. Now let's get into my writing. If you're here just for reading, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm really grateful you did. For those of you who are interested, I do a giveaway for a physical ARC, one of these puppies, every week leading up to the release of the book, July 20th, Mercy Tears of the Fallen. I did an interview and a conversation with Josh from Already Overbooked this week. You guys can go to his channel, check out that replay. And then I'm trying to think if I have anything else coming up. I think next week we're doing another D&D game. And as far as channel conversations go, I think they're all kind of pushed out further into July, but we do have some spoiler chats coming up for Mercy Tears of the Fallen. For those of you who are interested, I will be announcing those as they get closer. Right now, you don't have to worry about it. That's all the book one stuff going on. We got that last art piece. We got the Naked hardback on presale. Signed hardcovers are available for presale on my website. That'll be the first link in the description. If you guys are still interested in those, you can go ahead and purchase. I'll sign it, and then we're going to mail it out to you. The goal is before release. Foreign shipping might take a little longer simply because we're using a shipping service to make sure that it gets to everybody. That's like the goal is that it 100%, 100% fulfillment. Foreign shipping, I've already come across issues with another service, so I know this one to be reliable, the one we're currently using. So, the goal is that once I get the copies in, the proof is in, which by the way will be in after this video, right after this video. I have to approve the proof and then I'm going to order several proof copies so we can start shipping out some books soon, assuming that everything is in order in terms of formatting, and which I know it is because Abel Montero crushed it with the physical ARC. So I'm really excited to see what happened with this hardcover. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And as far as book 2, we are about chapter 18 of 44. So we broke a lot of ground this week on book 2's revisions. The exact word count will be in my newsletter on my website, and it will be on my Patreon for free for you guys to check out the weekly writing updates. I do specifically exactly where I'm at in terms of word counts. I think we added a little bit this week. You do 10 or 11 chapters, you're going to naturally come across some additions and some subtractions. And the ARCs will still be going out on July 15th. Oh, sorry, the alpha reading copies will go out July 15th to those who filled out the ARC form for alpha reading. They got another email. It's in your inbox. If not, shoot me a comment if you did fill it out, and then I'll try and handle that as smoothly as possible. And then, so people will be alpha reading book 2 in July, roughly 20 some odd people, which is really exciting. I don't know. It's just cool that this many people will be caught up with me. I'm very stoked about it in terms of stuff that they do know. I will be probably putting the prologue out for book 2 over on my Patreon, probably behind a paywall for at least 30 days. So people who want an early sample of that, my Runeborn members kind of get priority in that way, and that'll be there for a month. Before I send out the probably revised prologue to everybody else. But that I think I'm really looking forward to doing that because it's just so fun to share, and it's also cool I think to go back and look if you're following along as a reader, for me as a reader, to follow along somebody's journey in terms of seeing some tweaks and adjustments that they make from when you first get exposed to it and then to the final edition of it. I just think that's I'm obsessed with process, so I find that to be very fun. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much the big stuff. I got a Kirkus Reviews magazine feature coming August 1st. They gave me a very positive review, called me a promising new voice in the genre, and gave me a checkmark get it recommendation, which was really cool. And now they're featuring me in their August 1st magazine, which is an issue, which is honestly it's so awesome. I don't know. It's like little things like that kind of go a long way. Again, I know that the indie book community, you have to pay Kirkus to review your stuff, but again, they're known for apparently being critical and all that jazz. So, assuming that it's all clean, which I think it is, because you don't have to publish the review they give you, and the fact that again, this is all my negative self-talk going, but the fact that they're putting me in there was, to me, just getting that email was really, really cool to see. I wasn't expecting it, just really wasn't expecting it. So that's it, guys. That's it for this week. I'm going to put the camera down, the lightsaber down. This one took you by surprise, I bet. You're like, oh, he was in the middle of a sentence. He just stopped. That's absolutely insane. This guy's insane. Yeah. It's one of my better ones, I think. Maybe it'll just be like a weather thing. The weather in New York is, lately we've had a lot of rain, a lot of hot. It was like 100 some odd degrees. Terrible this week. But today I woke up, it was like 75, and it felt like 65. So I don't know. Yesterday it was 95, felt like 105. So the day before that, 100 felt like 100. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. All right, guys. Stop talking now. See you next week. You can stop. You don't have to do this anymore. Just go ahead and stop.